if it was a major surgery. So if there was a leg amputation or an arm amputation, yes, that you would get ether and it would knock you out, but they were very unsure on how much to give you, so they would give you just enough to knock you out. They didn't want you to die with the surgery. So that's when you see in the movies people flaying around and screaming and yelling. That's because they're still actually reacting even though they are unconscious. Did they actually cut people's arms and legs off without it? Yeah, they did. Yeah. All the time, actually. Quite often in combat zones, they wouldn't have enough ether or they wouldn't be able to get on with it. One of the big problems is, you can see how all this is bloody and dirty. The colonel here may be the 15th man I dealt with today. So it's infection. They weren't aware of infection at the time. So I would be using a blunted, dirty knife. And I saw over and over and over again. One of the Union field surgeons at the Battle of Gettysburg, continuous surgery for 3.5 hours. A good field surgeon could remove a hand in 1 minute. 1 minute at the start of the battle. At the end of Gettysburg, the one surgeon, Colonel Walters, it took him 15 minutes to amputate the arm of a US Army captain. 15 minutes. Because his blade and his saw were dull. You might as well be cutting into somebody with a spoon. And that's what was happening. The rate of infection was about 80%. Because they were unaware of what would happen once a wound was bandaged. Virology really didn't come in until the late 1870s, early 1880s, so they weren't aware of what was going to happen. So I will now bandage this up, wash it will be washed and bandaged off, but I'm going to be washing and bandaging in the water here that I've been cleaning my hands in for the last 25 minutes. So there's lots of stuff on there. There's blood, pus, fecal matter, grass. I just patted my horse when I was outside, so there's that on there as well. So it's more luck than judgment when it comes to healing it. But they did actually, once it was healed and things were going well,